Where are the DC fans at? Where they at? Why they not showing up to the theaters? So there's an article that came out, and I'm going to briefly touch upon it. And it's from Hollywood Reporter. Yes, the Hollywood Reporter now has no news to report, but they want to report the news that we've been reporting. Where have all the DC fans gone? Have after the striking of the bombs with the reboot of the Horizon, Warner Bros. Had to do more than make fans believe that this time there's willingness to see the light to the destination. So it's been more than 10 decades. He goes in depth and talking about he goes in with the behind the scenes tactics and everything like that. So I am going to give you my what I'm going to tell you what I think was where the DC fans at. They're at home. They're at home drinking coffee, drinking ginger ale, drinking tea, drinking wine, drinking. They're at home enjoying themselves because they're not coming up to the theaters. James Gunn, Peter Safran, and we're just going to talk about these two for just a quick minute. Has done a piss poor job to let these fans know, hey, these films are connected. Hey, watch The Flash because we have a teaser at the end for the future for the DC universe. Da, 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 da. Has not really established or explained that, but you're telling me a month out, oh, Blue Beetle's part of the film. Well, why you didn't make that from the announcement you gave us at the Gods and Monsters trailer or whatever you want to call that? Why are you announcing now? Oh, because if these films don't make money, your budget for Superman Legacies is going to be shortened. That's what it is. He was looking at a $200 million budget for Superman Legacies because he thought the Flash film was going to make $1 billion. He thought Shazam was going to make about 300 to 400 million, like the first one did, or first one. He thought Blue Beetle was going to make about 150, maybe to 200 million, and he thought Aquaman was going to make half of what it made the first time. These are the prediction that everybody had. Stevie Wonder blind ass could have told you Shazam wasn't gonna make no money. Stevie blind ass would have told you the Flash was not gonna make $1 billion. Did it think I think it was gonna make less than no, but I didn't think it was gonna make $1 billion. Stevie Wonder would have told you as Blue Beetle was gonna make nothing to no pennies because that was an HBO show made for that. And then Aquaman was gonna make nothing because the Amber Heard situation. Hence, so they're not showing them to the theaters because of a lot of things. The Flash, Ezra Miller, before this whole writer strike happened, or the actors guild, whatever, the Ezra Miller tobacco, them not touting it as the best film since The Dark Knight, which is doing them no service. They need to stop saying that because people hold The Dark Knight to a very high standard, not in superhero films, but film in general. And you're shitting on Nolan because you're telling him that, oh yeah, this film is better than Dark Knight. No, the fuck it's not. The Flash can't even touch a candle to the Dark Knight. So stop. Stop. You're better off saying it's better than Batman v Superman, which it is. You're better off saying it's better than the Suicide Squad, the one from David Ayer, which it is. Don't say it's better than the Dark Knight. Stop. Just stop. You're better off saying it's better than Dark Knight Rises. I can see that. When you're saying it's better than the Dark Knight, that's a high standard that you can't even match. One that makes the director like, what the fuck are you doing? Don't do that. But again, David Zaslav, Peter Safran, James Gunn are all idiots and goons. They don't know what they're doing. Now, let's get back to the why. Well, DC fans are not showing it to these theaters. You done already told them earlier this year there's no point. Everything's going to get erased or everything's going to get rebooted. Hence why you should have said Blue Beetle is the first superhero in the DCEU. That would have got people into the theaters when you made that Gods and Monsters trailer. Not in June, not in July, but when you first did that trailer. The Flash should have been, hey, we're doing the Flash due to the fact that it will set the new DC universe. You didn't say that. Say, oh, it's a fantastic film that I truly love. Personally, I don't care what you love. What does it do for the universe? Does it set something up? No. But okay. And then the Aquaman film. He didn't say shit about that one. So that's dead on arrival anyway. People need to understand. DC fans are fed up with the lies, the manipulation, not just with James Gunn and Peter Safran, with the old regime, Walter Anaba, and Snarnoff. I did a video talking about that too. The old regime that killed the DC brand, I believe. Go check that out too. But just people are tired. They want a studio to listen to the fans. They wanted Henry Cavill back, and they got him back, and he took him away. They wanted the DC, the Justice League, the Snyderverse back. They decided not to do nothing. They stick to their own plans, and every film has been bombing ever since then. They've been trying to put band-aids on something. It's not working. Blood is still coming out. The rash is still there, and people still can't fucking. People are still sick. The fans, they should have listened to the fans, and they should have came out with a Batman v Super. I mean, not Batman v Super, but a Batman with Ben Affleck film, directed by Ben Affleck. They should have done another Man of Steel 2 because people have been asking for that for years. Then when Superman Legacy came out, we were like, okay, cool. If they're finally listening, well, it's not the Superman I want, but hopefully they take some notes from that script and do something. They ain't taking shit. Threw that shit out. James Gunn's doing the fuck he wants to do. There's another team on film. Why is Guy Gardner in there? Why is Metamorpho in there? Metamorpho is an outsider into Gotham City. Why the fuck is he in Metropolis? Okay, why the fuck is fucking Mr. Terrific there? Unless you're playing up with Checkmate. Okay, why is Hawkgirl there? You see what my point is? And also, people are tired of the Marvel formula. They're tired of the Marvel formula getting incorporated into DC. Stop with that. I'll talk about a video about that too, but I'm addressing this a little bit either. People are just tired of films following that Marvel formula. Why why you think The Boys is so successful right now and Invincible? They're not following no Marvel formula. They're following the source material. Some say they're even surpassing the source material. I think The Boys is doing more of that than Invincible, but that's neither here or there. People are not coming for this bullshit. The wokeness, it's not the woke. It's not the SJW. It's not political. It's the fact that you're copying Marvel, where at time Marvel's not doing anything good. You need to be opposite of what Marvel's doing, but the films are not. Again, that's not James Gunn's fault. It's not Peter Safran. That's the old regime's fault. But DC's been duking out the same shit that Marvel's been doing. Just because what Marvel does good doesn't mean you don't have to do the same thing. The reason the fans love the Snyderverse is because it's different. They're making it a realistic take on these superheroes. Do I think Zack Snyder did a good enough job with him? He did okay. He could have done better. But again, that's fine. But the critics really tore into him. And I was like, what is going on? Like, it's because it's not Marvel related? And here we are, how many years later? Now critics are saying, yeah, I actually like those films. Fuck off. Fuck you. That's where I'm coming from, because you are the main reason why we are got these superhero fatigue is now. You want everything Marvel like, and here we are. And before fans say, no, I didn't. Yes, you did. You're the main one who shitted on a Zack Snyder film, and now you're the main one wanting to praise a Zack Snyder film because Marvel has beat it down to the ground that comedy, 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 and that's what you get. That's what you want, and that's what you get. And now nobody's showing them to the theaters for DC because all the DC fans that were really behind the Snyderverse or really behind the Aquamans and this, that, and this, that, and the third, they're not coming up. The reason that the Joker was successful because it was different. It wasn't following what Marvel was doing or DC was doing. It did its own thing. The reason that the Batman was so successful because it's a darker, grittier version of it. All of the billion-dollar films they've done, other than Aquaman, they were dark, gritty, and a different take. They weren't following nothing going on with the superhero bubble. But that's what Warner Bros. Is known for. They don't follow what other studios do. People follow what they do. The old regime forgot about that. The new regime is totally for doing what they want to do. Hiring James Gunn is a terrible fucking idea. Then you have this motherfucker restricted because he can't really go all fall balls in the walls what he really wants to do. The Suicide Squad worked because he can do what he wanted to do with those characters. He cannot do what he wants to do with Superman. So he's restricted. So either A, you get somebody to reel his ass in and you can have a Guardians of the Galaxy 1 on your hands, or B, you can have a Volume 2 on your hand, a fucking acid trip that I believe we're going to fucking have with Superman Legacy if nobody reels him in. The only time three was better because it was a personal story and it worked. He honestly he kind of reeled himself in for that one. Surprised the shit out of me. Because number two, I was like, okay, I'm done with this motherfucker. I was so done. And then when I heard he left, I said, maybe this is a good thing. And I heard he came back, I was like, fuck. But then he did Guardians 3, I was like, okay. But they need to reel him in too. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I want to tell you something. I want Marvel to succeed. I want DC to succeed. But I want DC to go back to their roots and follow what made them famous. Don't do what Marvel does. Do what DC does. Okay, that article says so many stuff in there, but it said one thing: DC made money. DC made money by following the Snyderverse because it was a different take. And here's the thing: they weren't getting that Marvel money like that quickly, but if they stayed on course, they were. Because Marvel, if you notice, their numbers were dwindling. Their numbers were dwindling. People didn't see it, but I saw it. It wasn't dwindling because they're like, oh, they did Doctor Strange, and they had the luxury to do that. They could do a Doctor Strange and make money. They can do a Ant-Man and make money. They can do uh, 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 Black Panther and make money. DC can't. They need to make sure Superman's good, Batman's foundation good, and Wonder Woman was good. Wonder Woman was good, the first one. Superman was okay, but it was good. Just needed a better foundation in the sequel. And then Batman was well received by the fans. So you had the foundation there, capitalize on it, and play upon it. As soon as Batman v Superman did not make the money they wanted, they correct the course. And I'm like, you made 900 million. Well, it's not the money we wanted. Motherfucker, you made your money. Don't act like you didn't. Then they want to correct the course. And then when Zack Snyder frequently had the accident tragedy in his family, they came in, changed everything up, and made one of the most debaclest things I have ever seen. But I could go on and on. The reason people ain't showing up to the theaters is because one, lies and manipulation. The fans are tired. They're tired of the DC regime, this one and the old one, playing with them. I hope this is not Superman Legacy's future, but the way things are going, I believe so. David Zaslav don't care because he's about to sell off this company. Stevie Wonder, blind eye can see this. He's selling off this company. If he ain't selling it off, he's selling off these assets. He's selling off some of these other properties to somebody else. Rich, believe you me, this company will be sold indefinitely. To who? The higher picks of Universal and Amazon. Just what I've been hearing. But as always, guys, like, subscribe. Peace, have a Johnson day. I'll see you guys in the next video.